In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create a rotating 3D text without any plugins. Let's get to it. Here we are in After Effects. I'm going to begin by creating a new composition. You can see all of the settings over here. Then make sure you go into 3D Renderer tab and set Renderer to Cinema 4D, then click OK. After that, I'm going to select the Type tool, click and type something, then switch back to the Selection tool and make the text bigger, then align horizontally and vertically so it is at the center of the composition. Also, it is important what paragraph your text is set to because we want the anchor point to be in the middle of the text. Mine is set to center paragraph. That is why the anchor point is in the middle. Now let's make the text 3D layer by checking this box. If you don't see the column, click toggle switches and modes until you do and check the 3D icon. Then expand the settings of the text, go into geometry options, and if this option is grayed out for you, there should be a button that says change renderer, so make sure you do that and set it to Cinema 4D in order to be able to proceed. Now here we have the extrusion depth. I'm going to set that to 50 to add extrusion to the text. Now to better see it, let's rotate the text, go into transform settings and increase the Y rotation slightly so that we can see the text from the side. You can see there is depth and the text is 3D, but it looks flat because we don't have any shadows since there are no lights in the scene. So let's add one. So if we right click, new, light, then here we get different lights. So let's select the spotlight and set intensity to 100%. Here are the settings. Then click OK. Then the default spotlight will be added. And now you can see we have shadows and the text looks proper 3D. Now let's also add a bevel to make the text look even better. In the geometry options, we have the bevel style. I'm going to select the convex. And now you can see the edges of the text are rounded and are also reacting to light. Now you might notice that some of the areas of the text are too dark and to the point that we cannot see any detail. And to brighten up those areas, we can use a simple trick by adding another light. So right click, new light. And this time let's select the ambient light and set intensity to 5% or 10% really low. Then click OK. And now as I toggle this off and on, you can see now those darker areas are visible ever so slightly. So I'm going to leave that second light on as well. Now for the animating, make sure you are at the start of the text layer. Then in the transform settings, let's set the Y rotation to 0 degrees and create a keyframe on it by clicking on the stopwatch. Then go to the end of the timeline, for me that is 5 seconds, and set Y rotation to 359 degrees. That'll create a perfect seamless loop. Now if you preview this from the beginning, we get this rotating text, but you might notice that the text does not rotate evenly. That is because if we select it, the anchor point of it is currently set to the front face of the text, and that is where the rotation originates from. And if you want the even rotation throughout the whole animation, we need to move the anchor point to the middle of the text. So let's move the time indicator to the start of the timeline. Inside of the preview window, you'll see this view. So click on that and select two views. Then this one should be set to top view. So this is the top view of our text. Now in the tools bar, select the pan behind tool. And then in the second view, let's drag on the Z arrow to move the anchor point to the middle of the text like this. So this is our anchor point. And if your paragraph is set to something else, your anchor point might be in the bottom left corner or the bottom right corner. So make sure you move that over here and then to the right or to the left so it is at the center. After that, let's go back to one view and preview this from the beginning. And after adjusting the anchor point, the text will always rotate evenly no matter the angle. And that is it for this one. Thank you guys for watching.